we go on EA Sports. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Let's go now.
A man who was lost for the year in Week 4 last season. Here's Javonte Williams. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Last week, of course, the great performance, over 200 yards. He still wants to be fed.
And they should. That's exactly what you should do. I have not yet met a running back that's run for over 200 yards that says the very next week, hey, let's back things up.
Yeah, I don't need it as much.
No, they want it more and more. They're going to be ready to go because they think that's going to happen naturally now.
Loose inside the 30. Inside the 10. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Malik Willis. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Broncos need just 2 plays on their opening drive to take the early lead. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. Braxton Berrios selected to bring it out. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Dolphins take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10 at their own 22. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Open man is Waddle, complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Big yardage after the catch. That one winds up going for 36.
It's early, but announcer cliche alert here. Big players make big plays. Should I say in big games too? Oh, what the heck. And this defense, they're going to have to find some way to slow him down as this game goes on, because when this combination is going good, they can tear your secondary apart.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now their 31-year-old running back, Raheem Mostert. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. The Dolphins at 0-2 here to begin the season. And listen, they made their share of mistakes in these first 2 games, CD, but talking with them in the days leading up to this one, doesn't seem like they've lost any confidence.
I would agree with that, and what they told us was that they weren't planning on making any drastic changes. They didn't see the need to shake things up. They were going to continue to plow ahead. They felt they had the right guys on the team and in the locker room, but they do have to start winning some games.
And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now the rookie 3rd-round pick, it's Devon Achane. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. But you look at this Bronco defense. They were very strong in that victory from a week ago.
I don't know what the actual percentages are. I don't know the analytics on when you create 5 turnovers or takeaways in a game. But coaches have always told me, when you create a number that high, your chances of winning probably up over 98%.
4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more managed manageable 3rd and 7.
This defense for the Broncos, much improved from week 1. They were terrific last week in getting their guys their first win of the season.
No matter what coverage was called, they were right in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long. Step for step, running their routes with them. Turned out they were right there every time the ball was in the air, and they came away with 5 interceptions in that one.
3rd down, here's H.A. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. And he's just short. He got 6 of the 7 he needed, so that leaves a decision here on 4th and a yard. They'll try it now with Mostert. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. It's 1st and goal after they rip off a solid chunk of yardage in the ground game on a risky 4th down call. Now they'll throw with Tagovailoa. And that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Tyreek Hill, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Dolphins are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Willis headed left off the option. Accelerating, and off he goes. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. 1st down.
What a run there. I mean, you've got speed, elusiveness, escapability, all rolled into one.
And we all know that quarterbacks are coached. They get the ball to the guys who can do all the things you just described. You want those guys who have speed, elusiveness, and escapability all rolled into one with the ball in their hands. And guess what? It's him. So there's no sense in throwing it or handing it off when you can do all of that yourself.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the Dolphins' 27-yard line.
Now they'll look to Willis to pass it here. That's complete to Troutman, right side.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Bronco 1st down.
Now Willis to throw. He'll drop this down to Williams. And he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down.
So the completion good for just 3. And it's 2nd down.
And 7 at the 8-yard line.
They go back to the ground with Williams. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
7-7, our score after one.
The score tied 7-7.
Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. Willis with a quick throw out wide. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. The drive stays alive, a 3rd down gain of 8. That time the conversion comes courtesy of the RPO.
And know what it did? It moved the sticks. Nice pickup on 3rd down. Even better decision.
Willis on the sweep, and he is over the line for another rushing touchdown.
Is he a quarterback or is he a tailback?
Malik Willis with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Broncos have taken the lead. Lutz good on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And no return on this one. It's a fair catch, a signal for, and take it.
Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. After that last score we just saw, now 14-7, so a chance to march down the field here, try to tie this football game. Now he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Off of play action, Tagovailoa. This will be caught. It's Waddle. And take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 27 yards there, a first down.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, 2nd down.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who can do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively. On 2nd down, a run by H.A. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. On play action, here's Tua. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good, and this will stay at a 7-point game.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
So for this offense, Charles, remember drive 1 made it to the end zone. Drive 2 resulted in a touchdown as well. Now they'll try to make it 3 for 3.
Yeah, and you know, they told us all week that this was the plan and this is what they wanted to execute, but did they really believe it would happen this well, this efficiently? I know they'll take it, and afterwards they'll say, there was never a doubt in our minds we were going to be successful in this one.
Play action. Here's Willis.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 2 yards on the pickup there, and that'll make it 2nd down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Panther Street! Panther Street!
Willis now off of play action.
Sliding out of the pocket. And he wisely will throw that one away.
One thing you always worry about when he breaks the pocket is he going to take off with it? That time, the pressure was starting to close in. He's just got to throw this one away.
They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down.
3rd down, it's Willis.
Flushed out right. That is caught. And finally down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Willis wants to pass it again.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver.
Jalen Virgil.
A 7-yard touchdown grab.
And the Broncos have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. So, Charles, that's 3 touchdowns on 3 drives, and it's just been an offensive barrage so far.
Great word, partner, using barrage right there. I'm going to add another word if you don't mind. How about perfection? No surprise that they're leading right now. Absolute dominance throughout this ball game and no signs of slowing down.
Dolphins 7. Will Lutz set to kick off.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Go ahead.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
They're right here.
Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Looking to pass. Tua.
They'll swing this out wide. Here's A-Chain.
And this one will go to the 28-yard line.
Now 3rd down and 7.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
It'll go as a 42, make it a 43-yard punt. 6 on the return. And the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
A big pickup of 38. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10.
To throw, here's Willis. That to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
I certainly thought he had an open look beyond the 1st down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Here's 2nd and 10. Throwing again on 2nd and 10, it's Willis.
And he comes back with one complete.
And he will have a 1st down here as they get into field goal range as well, down at the 17-yard line. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
18 rattlers. Ready?
Right back to the air again with Willis.
Flush to his right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time.
And they run the option on 2nd down.
And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1.
Hold the ready.
3rd and 5. Willis. Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch, first target. The kick by Lutz is good.
So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Dolphins 7.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Dolphins down on the scoreboard, but they'll have it first as we get going in this third quarter. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive.
And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball to the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. Tua going to throw. Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. Wait a second, they declined the penalty?
I'm as puzzled as you are, partner. I don't understand how any time you lose possession of the ball, yet you turn down a penalty that would give you possession back. Let's make this simple. Anyone who plays the game, take the football. Always take the football.
Now a dump off here complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 23 yards, the final tally.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
Second down, here's Willis. And that one to the right side and incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Now the Dolphins are going to halt the action here. It's a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Willis on the option to the right.
And he will get him down a couple yards shy of the first down marker. A nice tackle coming up from his free safety spot. The keeper good for only 4, and that's going to lead to a 4th down. Now Lutz for the field goal try. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. The kick by Lutz is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
It's another first down as they bite off 23 more on that one.
A.J. was one of the big backfield home run hitters in the 2023 draft. One of the fastest players in the class. Miami excitedly drawing up plays like that for him from the moment they sent that pick in.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Now a 2nd and 10. A run with Mostert up the middle.
And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down.
50 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And this time the yards won't come so easy, as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line.
On the tackle. It's a loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and 12.
Tagovailoa to throw on 2nd down here.
Out route to Hill, complete.
And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Seventh play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. Here's Tagovailoa to throw.
Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Nick Bonito. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here, maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
They begin the drive with Williams. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Okay,
2nd and 7.
7 Pirates, 7 Pirates. Ready?
2nd down. Willis looks to throw here.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So they will tread backward on the holding penalty.
And I know that they're going to get coached up and they'll get yelled at a little bit, but let's face it, it is hard not to do at the speed and pace that they play.
After the safety, remember, they also need to give up the football, and here's the free kick.
And here comes Berrios. Tua and the Dolphins now with a 1st and 10
at the 31-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
That's good.
A-Chain on 1st and 10.
And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Tua. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Here's Tua. That's caught by the Notre Dame man. It's Durham Smythe. They're going to hurry back to the line now.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Now whistles and a flag, and I believe a Dolphin got going a little early. Now after the false start, they need 8 yards here on 3rd down. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. Quick hitter to Jalen Waddle. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short.
It's now 4th down and 1.
Hey, time out 2. Time out 2. Time out 2.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. They're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. 4th down, 4th quarter. Here's Tua. He's got his target. That's complete. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. A give up the middle to H.A. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. 2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd. And Tua going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked off by Nick Bonito. Takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. Lutz will look to add the extra point. And they open the lead up now to 25 points.
Broncos 34, Dolphins 9.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Go ahead.
1st down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
The pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. Completes it to the tight end, Smythe. He'll get 17 back there, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet. And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
Let's go now.
They'll start with the option. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That play over before it got anywhere thanks to Christian Wilkins. Well, he's had success running the football in this one. Yeah, that's undeniable. But that time, the defense was on to it.
And, partner, I think the more you see a play like this, the more they're able to diagnose it quicker and easier for them to defend it. I think you have to dress it up a little bit and show maybe some different formations and looks.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
The CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
Short throw caught by Dulcich. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the first. So now on comes the field goal unit. And, wow, this is no ordinary try here. This from 54 yards away. The kick by Lutz is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clipped him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the...
And now here is another interception. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown.
Well, what has been a fantastic game for this defense has been rough for this offense, and certainly a signal caller, Charles, that's thrown all these interceptions. Another one there, and this one taken all the way back for the score.
Partner hoping they're holding a nice little spot in the post-game highlights to show this rip of interceptions and great plays this group has made. They've been on it from snap one.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Dolphins take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
All right, come on.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive.
And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick six put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them. 48 yards on the ground for him so far.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Tua sets up to pass it. Open man is Hill. He's got it. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Tua to Tyreek for the Miami first. Fourth quarter, certainly not enough time for a comeback, but nice to see them making use of the time remaining to try and make this one a little more respectable.
Yeah, I think the ultimate goal, good execution, be crisp, be sharp, and find a way to put some points on the board to make this thing look just a little bit better.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. From the 47, it's 2nd and 5. Looking to pass. Tua. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 29-yard line. A pickup of 24 on the third down conversion.
First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
They go back to the ground game with A-Chain. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Off of play action, Tagovailoa. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
Now play number 8 on this drive, and they need 9 yards to pick up the first on third. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 18. Back to the running game with Mostert. And they'll get him down right around the 16. And that's on Austin Jackson, first-round pick in 2020. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. They'll set up a throw. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And the Broncos are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
Here we go. Shot.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
Well, they don't need to score here, that's for sure. They could just kneel it. They've got the huge lead late fourth quarter, but we'll see how they're feeling, Charles.
Yeah, we all know people out there who like to use every second of the clock, no matter what the score. And we know they don't need the points. They've scored in abundance already. Let's find out how they want to finish this ball game.
Ready?
2nd and 10.
Go.
Willis headed left off the option. And once again, the Dolphin defense holds firm as they'll stop him behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
And not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you've got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for Denver, it's back-to-back victories now after the Week 1 defeat as they move to 2-1. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to the Windy City to take on the Bears. Meanwhile, for the Dolphins, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head up to Orchard Park to take on the Buffalo Bills. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.